For almost 2,000 years, one simple, striking image has been one of the world's most powerful and enduring symbols. A symbol not just of death and persecution, but also of hope, love and salvation. It is the cross of Jesus. This coming Saturday sees the Festival of the Holy Cross, and on this week's Songs of Praise we're taking a closer look at what the cross means to us today. I'll be meeting people for whom this symbol has a special significance, whether it's making them, wearing one, or providing the strength to forgive. Our hymns take their inspiration from the cross, and Peter Howarth, lead singer of the Hollies, performs his version of a real favourite, the Old Rugged Cross.
The mixture of the lyrics and the music combine together to create a really potent, powerful force that connects you with God.
September the 14th is Holy Cross Day, a time when churches celebrate and remember the cross as the sign of our salvation. This little-known festival originates in the Holy Land and marks the dedication of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem, built on the site where many believe that Jesus was crucified. And in anticipation of the day, we've come to Holy Cross Church here in Greenford, just outside London, to sing hymns reflecting on the powerful symbol at the heart of the Christian faith. For many Christians, wearing a cross is an important way of communicating their beliefs to people they meet, and some feel so strongly about it they've been prepared to go to court to fight for their right to wear a cross at work. Earlier this year, the European Court of Human Rights ruled that Christians could not be prevented from wearing a visible cross so long as it was safe to do so. These days, it's hard to know where faith ends and fashion begins. One person who's in no doubt about that, though, is Norma G. Moraine, who creates Christian-inspired jewellery at her workshop here in Birmingham's famous Jewellery Quarter. Norma has made thousands of crosses over the 10 years that she's been in business.
Nice to meet you.
And you, and you're hard at it.
Yes, I am. I love the cross, and I love the message of the cross, and we do so many different designs.
And what do you think about when you're making cross? Because if you've made thousands, I'd have thought that the significance of it would It's bound to wear away a bit, isn't it?
Not at all, not at all. Every cross I make is, for me, it's an act of worship. Every time I see someone wearing a cross, for me, it reinforces the message of the cross. I think people need to know what it means. Every time we sell a cross, we put a little Bible verse scroll in the box. For example, one of our scrolls has the message, Jesus carried the heavy cross to Calvary and died on it for you and me. Don't wear it lightly. So when they open the Bible verse scroll and they read that, they're going to get the message.
And you've cut them, now you're filing the edges.
This is a very small rugged cross pin, and today I'm going to make one for you, Bill.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Normally you make the cross,
Yeah.
not the crucifix.
Oh, we do crucifixes as well. The crucifix is really a snapshot in time. Jesus died on the cross, but some Christians prefer to wear the empty cross because it takes you beyond the actual crucifixion to the resurrection, to the fact that Christ is now seated in heaven, and that's where we're going to be.
One is a symbol and the other is a depiction.
Yeah, that's right.
The whole business was set up as an act of faith, wasn't it?
Yeah. In 2002, I was leading a Bible study at my church. I said, we've all got to take a step of faith today. And then that afternoon, I went to the college where I worked as a part-time lecturer in business. I got talking to another teacher that I didn't know very well. And I said, you know what, I'm not sure I really want to be teaching. All I really want to do is make jewellery and work with my hands. And can you guess what he said? He said, I teach silversmithing. And it was just one of those God moments. It was like a light switched on and I said, I'm coming on your course.
And that's what you've done ever since?
Yeah, so 10 years later, here I am.
Right, let's fire it up.
Yeah, I'm going to point this away.
Yeah, that's a good
you.
idea. Is it difficult to make though?
No, it's a very simple design. You know, the truth of the message is that Christ died on the cross to save us from our sins.
That is an old rugged cross, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. Made with love just for you.
So, is it ready now?
Yeah, what do you think?
It's beautiful. Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Oh,
go on then, pin it on me.
Pin
Go
it on
on.
for you.
There we are. And do you know the words of the hymn?
I do.
On a hill,
On a hill
Far
far
away,
away stood an old rugged cross.
On a hill far away, there's an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I'll lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it one day for a crown. To the old rugged cross I will ever be true. Its shame and reproach gladly bear, and He'll call me someday to my home far away, and His glory forever I'll share. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I'll lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross for a crown. I will cling to the rugged cross and exchange it one day for a crown.
In many churches you'll find the Stations of the Cross, 14 illustrations depicting the final hours of Christ's life. The idea of the Stations of the Cross originated in Jerusalem, where pilgrims traditionally walk the Via Dolorosa, or Way of Sorrows, following the route that Jesus took, carrying his cross to Golgotha, where he was crucified. Artists inspired by the story of the Passion have expressed themselves by creating stations in the form of paintings, sculptures, or even fabric collages like these, allowing people to make a pilgrimage of prayer without going on the long journey to Jerusalem. Neil Richardson has been rector of Holy Cross for 30 years. The story of the crucifixion as a means of salvation has played a major role in his ministry. Is the cross still relevant today?
It's totally relevant to everybody. It's important to reflect on it. It's actually something that really happened and which made an impact on the world. For 2,000 years people have been reflecting on it. Children come to the church to look at the Stations of the Cross and the banners, and we reflect together on the pain and the joy of the Christian experience of Jesus dying on the cross. And that's all part of my life, teaching children and adults about it. Wood is made to make beautiful things, chairs, musical instruments, and all sorts of really nice things that we can use. But wood is also used for horrible things. It's used for making bows and arrows that kill people, spears that can kill people. And so what she's trying to say here is that wood is a fine thing found growing in the earth for our use, and yet it was used in this occasion to kill someone.
Here at Holy Cross, it's not just the Stations of the Cross that are on display. They also have these huge banners.
They represent the last few hours in the life of Jesus of Nazareth, of the shocking story of cruelty and pain, and it starts with the decision by one of his disciples, Judas Iscariot, to betray him to the chief priests and the authorities. And they paid 30 pieces of silver, which you see in that banner there. And the story goes right round the banners, right back to this one, where he's crucified on the cross, then he's taken down to the ladder of deposition, and the body is brought down for burial, and that's the last few hours of his life. My faith is that God took decisive action by coming in the form of a human being, dying on the cross to redeem mankind and give an example of what life should be like, a life of self-giving, generous love, which is what the cross represents to me.